Alrighty, welcome to the PSBS of the PlayStation Podcast. I'm your host, Coach T. PS and Bible. My coach here is
Andrew Arenas, double is. Man, I kind of wanted to say that along with you. Just the whole intro right there.
The whole
I
intro.
didn't want to be. Yeah. I didn't want to be the whole other harmony in there.
Gotta sync that up. Well, you think after 78 episodes, you would know how to.
Oh yeah, dude. But I don't know. Even if I find myself in the position to even host my own show, like host for like a particular week, which is very far in between, I don't know. Yeah, you do good steering the ship.
Steering the ship, taking control.
Yeah, like you do in Assassin's Creed 4.
Yep. Man, no sails and all that. I gotta finish Black Sails too. I'm like 3 episodes behind. Well, to be caught up, you know, with the current show. Because the final season starts in January, I think.
I wonder if, like, the next season of Vikings would do a whole lot of advertisements for Honor.
Oh, yeah, probably. Get to do the syndication.
And GoPro would maybe have some tie-in with Steep.
GoPro.
Well, yeah, because, GoPro literally has a product placement in Steep.
Mm-hmm. Not their product placement. That's to be seen.
It's been a little while, excluding sports games, having our product placement in some games. It's been a little while.
Yeah, nothing too explicit. I mean, there was the thing last year with Call of Duty Black Ops 3 with the Hardys.
Yeah.
Where you can get, like, the Hardys gun paint.
Mm-hmm.
It kind of worked the wrong way. What?
Can only imagine what Infinite Warfare would have.
Oh, yeah. Like, it kind of worked the wrong way, though, for that Hardee's promo. Now, every time I see the 3 in Black Ops 3, I think of Hardee's. Because I'm just used to the promo where they're, like, giving away Hardee's on, like, the peel pieces on the cups at Hardee's. You can win, like, Call of Duty stuff.
I'm glad that you have the connection, but Hardee's is really good. Or if you're living, like, in California, Carl's Jr.
Yeah, Carl's Jr.
God, dude, I can really go for some Hardee's. It's been a long time since I had Hardee's, but...
Well, 3
don't make this a food podcast.
3 a.m.'s coming around.
Hey!
I don't know if they're 24 hours.
Mm-hmm.
I would assume some locations. I don't know.
Well, it's a bummer that I'm at home, so I can't really do anything about that.
We'll find out.
But this is nice, guys, that I'm at home. Don't have to worry about finding a spot to podcast or like be in the lobby where people are going in and out and getting stuff in the vending machine or like saying something or farting or doing whatever. It's just nice being in this really peaceful, tranquil environment to do this. Like, my chi is almost here.
Yes, the Iron Fist is unlocking within you. Your fist will be glowing soon enough.
It's just that it's been not really necessarily a long week. It's just that a lot's been happening lately. That it's finally nice to get some downtime and maybe watch a little bit of TV or maybe play some games. I wasn't, because I got a new credit card and I did like the GameFly like 1 month thing. And I thought my break was longer than it was going to be. It's only up till Wednesday of next week. And I thought it was going to be like a whole week. So I just got Lego Star Wars Force Awakens. I wanted to get BioShock, but it was on low.
Yeah. I got the platinum in that this week, too.
Oh, the first one?
The first one, yeah. I got the platinum in that. So I'm like, yes.
Yes! I want to get platinum in Infinite. That's all I want.
Well, I got to play 2 next, and since they took out the online trophies, it shouldn't be hard to get all the trophies.
Oh, no, dude. Like, BioShock 2, like, in the beginning on hard was a little difficult, but, like, once you start building up, it's, like, not that bad.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's how I felt with BioShock, the first one, like, playing on the highest difficulty. I was playing through, and, like, you're right, like, after the first hour or two, it really gets easy, because you start having all the plasma, you start having all your guns upgraded. You know, it's just that first hour or two where you're just really weak. You know?
Yeah, frustrating.
And once you get over that hump, it's just like super easy. Because like by the end, I always had $500. Like I was intentionally buying stuff just so I can run out of money. And,
your wallet doesn't get full.
Yeah, so my wallet wouldn't get full. So like it was easy. Like I had plenty of bullets and I had plenty of whatever. I was like, is this?
Oh yeah, it's the way how you strategize and like especially how you kill the big daddies, gather your resources, trick the AI.
Yeah.
whole lot of tricking the
It's
AI.
definitely not a Dead Space 2. It's not a as far as just
What?
insane difficulty.
Yeah, featured in the Game Informer article of games that do hardest difficulties right.
Yes, Dead Space 2 definitely does that. It definitely gets harder as it goes. It does not get easier with the upgrades.
Last of Us is also notable. Does it really well.
Mm-hmm.
Even though there's a way to trick the system for the trophy of doing the sort of like what was it, Grounded Plus.
Mm-hmm.
I enjoyed that.
That
was fun.
Yep.
Last of Us is definitely one of my product platinums because I had to play that game so many times for those stupid upgrades.
Mm-hmm.
There's the sticking upgrades that was like imbalanced. They didn't balance it out where you would be able to get all your upgrades within a certain amount of playthroughs. But such a good game. That would be a cool game to play in VR theater mode.
VR theater mode, yeah.
Yeah.
Check out and all that. But yeah, today's a big old day.
A huge day.
Huge day. It's my birthday.
Excellent.
Quite literally, it is literally my birthday today.
So in this birthday, you got a huge drop of stuff.
Yeah, it was a good day to have a birthday.
I'd say so.
Because today the PlayStation VR is finally launched today.
There we go.
After all the development years and hype building and seeing
R&D.
tech demos, R&D, all that. It's
naysayers
that are still there.
Yeah.
Still naysayers on the internet. It's crazy.
But I mean, it's selling.
Selling, yeah. Well, I got a story about that, but yeah. So yeah, it's apparently selling. Yeah, it's selling well. We're gonna see if it holds up. Because there's like that report this week that like analysts were like, oh, it will sell 2 million units within the next 3 months. And I'm like, that would be very impressive if it does, but that's to be seen.
You never know. I mean, it's the holiday season and some new hardware. People nowadays love getting new tech. And that I just think that it's very accessible because, it's with Sony and PlayStation, a lot of people will be getting that launch bundle, that's for sure. Mm-hmm. Since it is a pretty enticing deal, because I think what I would end up getting is the launch bundle.
Just make sure you have everything.
Yeah, well, yeah, and then like the overall, like, I mean, hell, VR Worlds and the camera itself is like already worth it, right? Like,
yeah, because I mean, VR Worlds by itself is $40, and then
yeah, $40 in the camera.
Yeah, and if you don't have a camera, camera's $60. So yeah, right there, you're paying $100 more, and you're getting basically 2 move controls for free.
Yeah, and well, yeah, I just need really just one more move controller.
But you need the camera.
I need the camera. That's the thing.
And you might as well buy VR Worlds anyway. So yeah, so for you it works, but for me, I already had the camera, I already have move control, so I was just like, nah, I'll just get the regular bundle. But yeah, so here's the funny thing about PlayStation VR, like just my launch night I had, because actually I got it last night because GameStop was doing
the little midnight launch.
Yeah, the little midnight launch. I was tweeting about it. I sent like 2 tweets last night. Because guess what? I was number 1.
The thing was, like, I went to sleep, so like I didn't see any of the midnight action go on.
Yeah, but I was number 1 for the VR
at your particular GameStop.
At my particular GameStop, which isn't hard because guess what? Only 2 people showed up.
Oh,
me and one other person
who
was with his family. Showed up for the VR midnight launch last night.
That's great.
There was a third guy there, but I thought he was buying VR, but he wasn't. He was just selling his Xbox, but he wasn't actually buying a VR. He was just like selling his Xbox and kind of like hanging around with the employees because he knew them.
All right.
So I thought like, oh, there's 30 people here. Maybe more will show up. No. Well, here they sell it at 11 because of time zones, but 11 o'clock came around and nope, it was just me and the other person. I was number 1, he was number 2. I got mine, walked out, and that was it. But no, it was like the funniest thing too. Like when I actually went in and did like my final receipt, because it was like the guy was like, "Oh, you getting the regular bundle?" I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "Okay." So he had like a checklist. He's like, "You got the camera?" I'm like, "Yes."
Yeah.
Yes. He's like, "You have the move controls?" I'm like, "Yes." He's I'm like, "Yes." He's like, "Oh, do you need the charging stand?" No, I don't need the charging stand. All right. You need the.
You gotta get the charging stand.
No, I didn't get the charging stand. I don't need it. It doesn't
Oh,
because the
I'm probably
VR
gonna get
headset, the headset does not need to be charged. All this thing does is charge your controllers,
Oh
and the
yeah,
headset
and
just kind of
then
sits on top of it.
a little stuff. I'm probably gonna get that. Yeah.
I don't need that. He's like, "Oh, do you need the carrying case?" I'm like, "No, I don't need that."
Carrying case. Ooh.
Yeah, there's this like official carrying case thing that like zips up and you can like put the headset in.
Oh god, and it's oh so many wires.
Yeah, you can just fold it all in there, I guess. I don't know. I might look into that. I don't know if I plan on bringing my VR headset anywhere.
It's very nice of the GameStop employees checking off things for you.
Yeah,
I
like
mean,
just
hell, dude, I mean, even though you know all the shit, I mean, what if
yeah,
like the average person doesn't like know? That's
yeah,
very nice of them.
yeah. Because the other person too was getting the base headset, so I presumably had all of the stuff like the move controls and the camera. And I know the guy had to tell him that because he was telling me all this. You know, like, do you have the controllers? Do you have the camera? You know, do you want the charger? Do you want the carrying case? I'm like, no, I don't want all that. It's like, do you want the extended warranty? No, I don't want that. Do you want the game warranty? I'm like, no, I don't want the game warranty. I just want my VR.
Oh, screw the game warranty.
Yeah.
Unless your dog chews it up.
Yeah. Oh, and then the last question always, oh, do you need to pre-order anything else right here? And I'm like, no, I don't need to pre-order anything else. All right.
One more thing, you need the season pass.
Well, season pass for what?
You need the season pass.
I don't think any of my VR games have season passes.
It's too funny though. But it's very nice of them that they do ask those.
Yeah, because this is something you need to make sure you have all you need for this.
Or else you're going to be going home and then going back, and then on top of that, GameStop does want to upsell you in case you want to get the launch bundle.
Yeah. So, but like I said, I don't know how many other bundles they might have sold today. You know, I don't know. But like as far as the midnight launch, they only two of us showed up, and we both got the base like headset, not the launch bundle.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see. You know how well it sells throughout the day and all that. But yeah, came home last night, opened it up. Oh my god! Oh, so the box is actually heavier than you think.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Like the box itself.
Mm-hmm.
I opened it up, all the fancy packaging. You pull the thing out, little box like slides open all fancy, and then there's like this big like manual thing that looks like a cookbook or something.
The Apple, I mean, the packaging is very Apple-esque.
Yeah, like it's very plain, but
yeah,
you know, but like it catches your eye. You know,
elegant.
There you go.
Yeah, it's like Apple
elegant.
packaging.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then like this big old manual, you like flip open. Like I said, it looks like a cookbook or like a big coloring book or something. You know, and it's just like.
Or could you say, damn, the PlayStation Move, Wonder Book.
Oh yeah, Wonder Book. Yeah,
could you say Wonder Book?
Oh, Wonder Book. 2 games total came out for that, or 3. Yeah. So
Wonder
it's
Book
just
VR.
Huh?
Wonder Book VR one day, maybe.
Oh, bringing it back.
Tie it in with Fantastic Beasts.
Ooh, it's a little late for that, but they got many sequels planned, so maybe one of the sequels will get it.
Ooh.
Yeah. But yeah, like I open this big book and it's like step 1, get out all these wires. And there's like 5 different wires. They're numbered.
Yay.
Then you got to pull out the processor box and you got to go hook it up to your PlayStation. And I mean, I don't want to go through the whole setup here, but I just want to assure people it's not as complicated as it seems.
No, it's not. It's just that it takes a little bit of time.
Yeah, because it's just so much. Because you got the processor box goes to the PlayStation. 2 different cables go to the PlayStation. One to the front and one to the back. Really weird.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, well, at least the PlayStation Pro has a USB slot on the back of the system. So if you're getting a Pro, it'll work nice because then you can get both wires going to the back of your system at least.
Oh, good.
So you got those 2 wires going to your PlayStation, and then you got the HDMI going to the box, and the box going another HDMI going to your TV. Then there's a power cable that goes from the processor box to the wall to plug in. Then there's this cable that goes into the front of the box that goes back to the headset. So yeah, there's a lot of wires involved, but it's not as bad as it seems. Like it's not a hard process to set up the wires, and you do kind of have to set up some type of system for yourself, like as far as where you want your wires to be, because you're going to have the power cable and the big cable that comes out to your headset.
Mm-hmm.
You do kind of have to make arrangements for that.
Right.
But like I said, the physical setup's not too bad though. Like I said, you just have to find a place for your wires. The actual like setup, like with assist, like with the PlayStation itself, like to calibrate is very, very quick. Like it's not like a tedious thing. Like stand up, sit down, look left, look right. Like it's not. It doesn't make you do all that. Just to kind of like set up. It's just basically sit down, look at it. You're good. We're good, and then that's it. It just kind of goes in.
Now that's what the headset. But what about the move controllers? Because there's probably still has to be some.
Yeah, there is a move controller calibration, but it's only like I said, I've had the VR for about almost 24 hours now, and I've only had to like really calibrate it once, and that's when you like first turn it on. It's like hold up your control to the camera, and then hold it, and like hold. You basically have to do like the Men in Black thing, because you have to hold it like upwards and like pull the trigger.
Yeah.
So I feel like I'm doing Men in Black to do that. You do that with one control, you do it with the second control, and then that's kind of
Right.
it. And that's kind of it. And then like that was it. And then like I was like, all right, I never had to calibrate it since then.
Mm-hmm.
And you just hop in the game, you load up your game, you play it, and there you go. Oh, the headset itself does have an update too.
Oh.
Like when you plug it up, it says, "Oh, your headset is currently at version 1.1. Download the 2.0 update."
Gotta love the firmware updates for your hardware.
Yeah. So that does show promise, though, of updates for the VR itself to add new possible features and stuff.
Yeah.
And it was a real short
Which
update.
is really cool.
It was a real short, real small short update too. Like it downloaded and installed within like under 5 minutes.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so it's not like a long like hour update like when you first get your PS4.
Thank God.
It's definitely under 5 minutes. So yeah, the setup's not as scary as it seems.
Oh no, I'm a little scared. Now, maybe this can be a lead into our first question here.
Yes.
Kind of going on with everything.
Mm-hmm.
Let me go here from Project_Z. This is directed at you.
Yes.
What's the headset like? Very simple question right there. What's the headset like? I mean, you kind of described it in a little bit of detail, but what's the actual experience of like feeling it on your head?
Okay, so like I said, oddly enough, like I said, the box was really heavy, but the box has everything in it, like the wires, the processor thing, all the cardboard packaging. So like once you actually get all that out and you actually get to the actual headset itself at the bottom of the box and you pull that thing out, it's actually really light.
Yeah.
So once you pull it out, you're like, wow, this is really, it's a lot lighter than you think. And it's got the foam in the front, the forehead, and they got the foam on the back, like where the kind of like rubber band kind of pieces that you pull out.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, it sits comfortably in your head. You can adjust it how you want. Got the rubber on there, so you see the rubber in your face. So it's a really comfortable headset. And you can tighten and loosen however you want it to be, to get the best experience. But you never have to feel like you have to like super tighten it or like really jam it on your face though to get the full effect.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like so you can make it really comfortable. The only thing is like that's kind of it's just the nature of the product, but like that big wire that comes out of it.
Oh yeah.
Again, it's just this whole wire management where you got to kind of decide what's more comfortable and better for you. Like where do you want to put it on yourself because you're going to feel it hanging on you.
Ooh. Like
down your chest, or you could flip it over around your back or something. So you do have to kind of like
move it around,
find a place. Another thing too you got to watch out for is most of the VR games require you to sit. So for that part, for the most part, this won't be a problem. But for games that make you want to stand and kind of move a bit, you better be careful too because there's that big wire that like connects to the processor box. You don't want to step on it. You don't want to step on it and crack it or trip on it. Yeah, because there is this one like main piece in the center of the wire that's like where the actual headset connects with,
Mm-hmm.
And you could, potentially step on crack it. So,
oh gosh, you don't want to crack on the processor box. That's when you will wish that you got that warranty from GameStop.
Yeah. So that's just something to watch for. Like I said, it's not too much of a problem when you're sitting. It's just when you stand up, it's more like kind of be more aware of where that wire's at.
Mm-hmm.
Another thing. It came with some earbuds.
Ah.
But it came with those like rubbery, I don't know how you call them, like rubbery bullet looking ones.
Okay, I'm getting a little interested. I mean, I like my like little like packaged in earbuds from time to time.
Well, that's fine and all, but I hate those. I don't hate these particular earbuds. I just hate them in general, like the little rubber suction kind of like things that like suck into your ear.
Oh yeah, no. Oh wait. Oh. I'm getting a little turned off now.
Yeah, I tried using them once. I didn't like it. I was like, no, I hate these things. I just no. And like I said, it's not these, but it's not specifically these. I don't like. It's just I don't like those in general. Like anytime, because I know when I bought.
Oh yeah, me too. That's just a matter of preference. So
Yeah.
mind us, people. This is like a matter of preference. Really.
Yeah, this is a preference thing.
For those who like it, then that's fine. But
yeah, because I
not for us.
Because it was the same thing too. Like when I got my Vita starter kit thing, it came with earphones like that too, and I didn't like those. I never used them. One thing though, it does come with like some extra rubber pieces so you can adjust the size of it. So maybe if I made them smaller, it'd be more comfortable to put in my ears.
Oh, really?
Because like by default they're like, I think it says medium size. So you can like swap out the rubber bits and like do different sizes. So if you do the smaller one, it might be more comfortable. But either way, I just said screw it. I didn't use them. I just used my regular headphones.
Mm-hmm.
And I put those on and I connected them with the wire to the little headset piece.
Yeah.
And it works just as good.
Oh, I bet.
You still get the full 3D audio sound and all that. Which I really highly recommend doing that because that's something you don't have to play this VR with headphones on, but it's just highly recommended because it really adds to the experience.
There's some people that they were just comfortable, just it didn't matter for them to use headphones or not.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like you don't have to use headphones because the audio still comes out of the TV.
Mm-hmm.
You know. So you're still able to hear your game. It's just with the headphones, it's so much better though because you get the 3D sound. Like you just get this more like sense you're in this room because the sounds reflect off different walls and around you and everything.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So it's not required, but it's highly recommended. Same thing with the move controls themselves. It's not required, but it's highly recommended because it just adds more to the motion and all that.
Mm-hmm. Wow, so that's basically kind of like your overall experience of how you used it at first.
Yeah. I think I answered that question, right?
How about with prolonged play? Now I'm throwing some questions.
Yes. So here's the thing about prolonged play. I think I might be a special case or something. Because
who do you think is special?
Well, because some people were talking about how like, oh, VR is cool, but I can't play it for too long. I get a little dizzy, or I get a headache, or I get motion sickness. I played that thing for hours on end and did not get a headache or anything.
It's good.
Like the first game I played was Until Dawn: Rush of Blood, and I played it for about maybe an hour and a half straight.
Oh wow!
And nothing. I didn't get a headache or anything.
Mm-hmm.
And then same thing. Batman. I played the whole thing of Batman, not once taking off my headset, and I didn't have any problems.
You were just good to go.
I was good to go, and yeah, like I said, I haven't had any like motion sickness or like headaches with it. But like I said, I just might be a special case where I just don't get motion sickness easily. I don't know.
No, me neither. I mean, I think I would be just fine. Like once the time comes and I get it. I think I'll be all right. But I can understand that some people will be a little bit more sensitive to that.
Yeah.
So that's unfortunate.
Yeah, it definitely varies by person to person. But for me personally, I didn't have any kind of trouble with it.
Let's see what other questions we have here. This one comes from Kurt. A lot of underscores this week. _McGirt.
Kurt McGirt.
What VR games have impressed you?
Alrighty. So, like I said,
this is a
this is a big one because there's a lot to kind of talk about here with games. So yeah, the first game I played was Until Dawn: Rush of Blood.
First one. Wow.
Yeah, that's the first one I played. Well, technically my first ever experience with VR, like I said, was over the summer when I did that Best Buy demo. And with that, I played Eve Valkyrie. But as far as like at home playing, I played Until Dawn: Rush of Blood, and that's a really good intro to VR because you sit there in the little cart and you can like pull forward and you go through the creepy hallway and you can.
It's so cool from the footage I saw.
The opening, and you kind of turn. You can look down the halls. You can look down through the doors as the cart's going, and then the logo's coming at you. You kind of like look up at it as you're coming underneath it. It's really great, and Until Dawn: Rush of Blood is really fun. And it's one of those things though too. You have to kind of like go into it with a certain expectation that this is not an Until Dawn game, though. Like
No,
you're
not
not
at
going to be
all.
making choices. You're not going to be going through a story. You're just it's just an can't talk. It is a
Unreal.
yes, it is a on rail shooter with Until Dawn themed stuff.
Hmm.
You know, that's all. That's basically all it is. But that's okay because it's really fun.
Right.
Like it's just really fun to sit there and play and just shoot out things and have the horror experience and look around and then kind of the way and then here's this one amazing thing that like blew my mind as I was playing it.
What blew
Kind
your
of
mind?
that kind of the power of VR.
The
You know,
power.
the power of VR. Yeah, yeah. What it can do with your mind because so like the whole time when you're on it, you're like in a roller coaster, like cart, like on a track.
Hmm.
That's how you're going forward in the game, and you're shooting at targets and enemies and whatnot. So there's this amazing thing where you know how like in real life when you like ride a roller coaster, and when
Hmm.
a roller coaster comes to a stop, you know how like when you're in it, you kind of like push forward because of the momentum.
Yeah. Did you do that?
Yes, that's the thing. Like I am not physically moving in real life, but because I'm mentally like in the zone where I think I'm in a cart, when the
In the
cart
zone.
stops, my body physically moves forward like I'm stopping. And I did
Oh
it
wow.
every single time. Like I just did it like involuntary. Like every single time the roller coaster
Because it's like
stopped.
how you experience that in real life, you did.
Yeah, that's what you do in real life. When the roller coaster, hits the brakes, you kind of go forward a bit. So I did that every single time the roller coaster, hit the brakes. I went forward a bit because my mind was just like,
A two.
in there. Yeah,
That's pretty sick.
yeah. That was the moment I realized, oh shit, VR is something. When it made me do that, and then just looking around the corners, and then like, at one point you can like dodge a saw, and when you dodge, you literally like look up at it and like kind of around it. It's just it's amazing. So yeah, Until Dawn's really fun, good one to check out. Um, One odd thing though, and this is I've had this with all the shooters. Um, I haven't tried the big what is it called, the sharpshooter move control,
Hmm.
the big one. I don't think it works. From what I heard, I don't
Oh,
think it works. I haven't tried it though,
that's a bummer.
but I don't think it works because that one has like electronics in it. Because like the button on the bottom, you're supposed to hit to reload, and all the different mode things on it. So I don't know if that one works or not. But I did try the little red handgun pistol thing that's like just pure plastic. There's no electronics in it, so you just kind of like snap the move control in it.
Right.
Um, because I had that since the movie came out originally. So I was trying to use it with Until Dawn, to replicate me holding a gun. Now the thing is, the game doesn't expect you to be using that. So like when you calibrate it to it, it doesn't register right. So
Uh,
when you hold it right, so you hold it like right, like you're really holding a gun, it's a little off on screen. So you have to kind of like tilt your wrist up to kind of get the right aim.
yeah.
So it kind of throws off the gun experience a bit.
Hmm.
And in Until Dawn, you have to press the big move button on top to reload.
Oh,
So
really?
so it kind of made this weird, like it kind of made the game harder and a little bit more realistic because every time I ran out of bullets, I had to actually use my left hand to kind of go over reach, hit the button on top to reload.
Yeah.
Because I can't reach it with my thumb on the gun, so I have to like use my left hand to go and hit it. So because it's one-to-one tracking, you actually see on the screen your left hand going over to your right
Ooh,
hand, so it kind of almost does the animation of you trying to like reload your gun.
that's cool.
So it kind of added that unintentional effect, using the little gun thing.
Yeah.
So it was kind of neat, but like when I go back and play, and I'm probably not going to use it just because it would make it easier for me to reload, and because it will even out the controller, because it
Right.
won't do the tracking. So
Hmm.
that was neat. So that's really fun. But today I played Batman Arkham VR today.
Did you beat it?
Yeah.
Ooh.
So
How is
here's
Arkham VR?
how is Arkham VR. So here's the thing about Arkham VR. This is the one game that requires the kind of the most out of you. So here's the thing. I've actually been playing the VR in my room and not the living room because I thought I was going to have to play this thing in the living room, for the space.
Oh yeah.
But actually, it's actually been working really well in my room with a smaller space. The only game I had trouble was Batman because in Batman, you can play it two different ways. You can either play it sitting down or you can play it standing up. And the game's
Hmm.
like, we recommend you stand up, for full experience. And I'm like, I can't. I'm like sitting on the edge of my bed playing. I don't know, I'm not gonna stand on my bed or anything. I'll be so I was like, no, I'm gonna set sitting down. And when we said sitting down, because if you do stand up, you can actually like turn around 360. Like
Oh wow.
in the scene, like you can stand there, turn around 360. But if you do sitting down, if you press like the X button on the move control, it'll just automatically turn you around so you can see what's behind you, which isn't bad, just to kind of do a check. So maybe later on, if I set my VR up in the living room, I'll play it again, standing up, just to kind of see if it's more the experience. But for today, I played it sitting down, and it was still amazing because yes, Batman VR is short. I finished the story in like an hour and a half or so.
Well, that's not very long.
So it's not very long, but it is the best VR experience as far as just like full, like to see what a full high quality AAA game would look like.
It gives you that idea.
Yeah, that idea, because it's so good. It's so immersive. Like just from that opening moment in Batman VR, you're just like, oh shit, and then just the next part too, where you're like in Wayne Manor, just kind of like looking around. You have full control of the hands. You're just grabbing opening things. You're pulling out letters, flipping them up, answering the phone, looking around. You get to play the piano.
Very, very reminiscent of what is it? Heavy Rain, when you're like in the little VR thing. That one chapter in Heavy Rain when you're playing the piano.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of you're Norman Jaden.
Yep, but you're Batman. And then like you do the Batcave, you get to put on the suit, and then and what's so amazing about it, like I said, it's just really high quality, and you're just so immersed. Everything feels natural. Like with the controls hand, you just naturally just start picking up and messing with things. You just instantly it just instantly clicks, And then you look down and you have the utility belt. Like you see it when you look down. You just you can go and reach down. You pull out a batarang. You throw it. You reach down to your left side. You pull out like a scanner thing for clues. You go on the right. You pull out a grapple hook. And like I said, it's so natural that after that first moment when you look down and realize the utility belt's there, that's it. Like after that, you don't even need to look down. Like you're just so used to it by then. You just kind of you can just reach down and grab all the stuff without looking.
It just comes it becomes second nature.
Yeah, it comes second nature. It's just instantly there, and you're so immersed into it. And then staring at your Batman hands, and then you press the buttons to grip. You can make Batman clap.
It was cool, in the one scene, where you can get him in the mirror and you can look at yourself.
Oh yeah, when I did that, I was just doing all kind of stupid stuff, like dancing and just waving my hands and bobbing my head, and you can just see Batman do the stupidest things because you can do what you want right there,
So cool.
So cool. It's just that immersion, it's so good. One thing that I feel the game really what's the word? Took a shortcut on, and just kind of felt like, really, you didn't do this?
Uh-oh.
So, at the beginning, you're in the Batcave, right? And you're, looking through your stuff, and you're looking around the Batcave, whatever. Then it's okay, time to go to a crime scene. And you pull out the Batmobile, and it's all right, here's the Batmobile. And then when you, click the Batmobile, it cuts to a black screen. And then it cuts to you in the alley. You didn't have a single moment of me just... I don't need to drive the Batmobile, but can you at least have me sitting in the Batmobile, in VR, just looking around?
That's a bummer.
And it does that throughout the game. Anytime there's oh, I'm traveling to a new spot, it just cuts to black, loads, and then you're in the next spot. There's no travel thing in the Batwing or the Batmobile.
Mm-hmm.
I guess Rocksteady took it really to heart when people kept complaining about the Batmobile in Arkham Knight, that they said, well, screw it, people don't want the Batmobile, we're going to take it out. Ugh. Don't need this in Arkham VR.
They're really that angry.
Yeah.
You didn't want this, did you?
I kind of want it now.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to be in the Batmobile.
Yeah, that was the most ironic part when you were telling me stuff about the Batmobile. I'm just well, that's where you would want it the most.
Yeah, for VR, so I can. Like I said, I don't even need to drive it. If it was just a basically a loading screen, but you're in the Batmobile in VR, just looking around while you're transitioning to the next area.
Mm-hmm.
So that was a little weird, but like I said, it's it's definitely quality over quantity in this game. Where yes, it's short, but like if this doesn't sell you on VR, I don't know what will.
Oh, very high words.
Like it's just like when you play this, you see the full potential of like what
You could
AAA
do.
games, yeah, what AAA games could do on VR. You know, and yes, I do kind of wish it was longer, but once you beat it, you can play it again, and then because like once you've played the first time, the real trophies are all locked. You can't get them in your first playthrough.
Yeah.
Upon your second playthrough, the real trophies unlock. You can start like finding them and all that.
Dude, all that sounds so cool. Ugh. Makes me want to try it out right now. Especially Arkham VR. Gosh, if there's any game that I can like get my hands on, probably either Res or Arkham VR. Both of them seem badass.
Yeah. But I mean, I played other games too because I got VR Worlds. I haven't played too much of VR Worlds yet. I played the Descent with the shark.
Oh yeah, how was that?
That was really neat, but like it's just an interactive thing. Like there's no gameplay. You're just kind of standing there looking around. There's no.
That's cool though. Still.
Yeah, I mean it's still cool. It's
I mean,
still
you're in
cool
a cage.
You're in a cage, and there's a shark. Like this is because the funny thing is they really build up to the shark. Like we like because we know the shark's gonna be there because we've seen this before. We've seen this tech demo before. So we know the shark's coming. But like if you have a friend come over who's like terrified of sharks, like don't tell them. Like just don't tell them it's going to happen, and just say, hey, check out this
underwater game.
This underwater thing. Like here, put this on because like they really build up to the shark. Like they really build up. Like you don't. They kind of like hint at it, but it's like not until the very end where it's like, oh look, a shark. So
well,
like,
wait a minute. When you're like in the menu in PSVR Worlds, it doesn't show a shark.
No, it just says Ocean Descent.
Ooh, even better. So even less context right there.
So like, yeah, just like, or at least, well, I think the thing is too, when you click Ocean Descent, there's 3 different scenarios, and the first one is called Shark Encounter. So just what I would do is I would like just set it up for my friend, be like, oh look, let me set it up for you, and like him not see it,
right,
and then give it to him and just see him like freak the hell out when the shark comes. You know, because I know a lot of people are like deathly afraid of sharks.
Oh yeah,
I'm not. You know, like I don't know sharks.
Oh, you ain't scared of no shark?
I ain't scared of no shark. Like when the shark came at me in the game, I was like, oh, that's really cool, like from a visual effect, but I wasn't like scared. You know. But yeah, like I would love to like show this to somebody who is deathly afraid of sharks and just not tell them about the shark.
I think that'd be pretty funny.
But yeah, that was just really cool. I haven't tried the other 2 scenarios to see how those play out. London Heist, I haven't played the story yet, but I did play the shooting range.
How was that?
The shooting range is so much fun.
Oh, it looks cool.
I
watched that section. It seemed really fun.
Yeah, because again, it's kind of like the Arkham thing where you're in first person. You do have control of the hands, and you see the hands. You press the triggers, the hands, close and open. And it's so free because you just, like I said, it's just so natural. Like you see the gun, you pick up the gun. You see the clip, you grab the clip. You load the gun. You put the clip in the bottom of the gun. You aim and you shoot at targets. It's just such a natural experience. Like that. This one I actually let my dad played it. I let my dad play it. I said, hey, check this out. He's like, what? This is the VR thing. And he's like, oh, what they got on? I'm like, just check this out. I loaded up the VR. I didn't even tell him what it was. And within like 10 seconds, he knew exactly what to do. Because it's just it just feels so natural. Like even with the move controls, you just feel so natural. Like my dad's like, what'd you do? I'm like, you just grabbed the gun. He's like, huh. He grabbed it. He's like, oh shit. And then he's like, I'm like, now grab the clip. He's like, grab the clip. And I'm like, load it. He's like, oh shit. And like he loads it. And then like after that moment, he was just into it, like loading and shooting. He was like popping out targets. Like it was just, that's what I'm saying though. Like it's such, like I said, it's such a natural pick up and go thing that someone who doesn't even maybe play games that much, they're going to see and get it because it's just so natural.
Yeah, that's such a cool thing about it. And then like you can see what they're playing on the screen.
Yeah, you can. Well, here's the funny thing about that. So, yes, you can see what's on the screen, but it's very blurry and small. It's weird because I remember.
But then, how do people capture the gameplay from it on YouTube then?
Well, that's different. They probably using a capture card off of there.
No, some of them use the PlayStation Share feature.
Yeah, but it's showing the VR. I don't know. It's weird because when I played at Best Buy over the summer, the TV was showing full screen, full quality, But unless I have something hooked up wrong, on my end, when you look at the screen, it's like it doesn't fit the full screen. Like it's smaller than your actual TV screen, and it is kind of blurry.
Yeah.
And I was like, wait, is that supposed to be it? And then I read some little thing online, and they said your screen's gonna look choppy and smaller 2D or whatever. And I'm like, okay. So like that's right then. That's how mine looks. I mean, whatever. I mean, it's good enough. Like if my dad's playing, so I can see what he's doing. Just make sure I know he's doing it right. But I don't know. It's not what I saw at Best Buy. I don't know if the Best Buy one was just different. I don't know. Like I said, I don't want to call that one out just yet. I might be doing something wrong on my end.
You never know.
I never know. Yeah. Which, by the way, too, that's what they were talking about today. People were already messing with it. Your VR can actually work with like any HDMI product.
Really? Wait. So what?
So the processor box has the HDMI out and HDMI in.
Yeah.
So the in is the PS4, so the PS4 games pop up in cinema mode. Okay.
Okay.
So if you unplug your PS4 and you plug in, like, let's say an Xbox One, your Xbox One will play in cinema mode on your VR.
Holy shit.
And you can unplug it and plug in your PC. Your PC pops up in cinema mode. You can plug in your Blu-ray player. Your Blu-rays play in cinema mode. You can plug in your
TV. That's
TV.
just cinema mode, so...
Yeah, that's just cinema mode. You're not getting the full VR in, like, Halo or anything. But
not to make people panic.
Yeah, but, like, you can play anything in cinema mode through HDMI.
Mm-hmm.
Which is really neat. Because cinema mode's pretty cool.
No, I bet.
Yeah. Cinema mode's cool, but kind of basic. Like, Sony kept saying, oh, it's like, playing it in a movie theater. So I thought, like, it would be like what's it called? The Galaxy VR thing where, like, it literally puts you in a virtual movie theater. But no, it doesn't. Like, you're literally in just darkness, and there's this big screen in front of you. Darkness. No parents.
You were able to do that at Arkham VR.
Yeah, there you go. Arkham VR. Oh no, go and play what is it called? Return to Arkham when it comes out in cinema mode, and I can do that. It's in the Lego Batman song. But yeah, I mean, it's just darkness and this big screen. And it still looks really cool, to play your games and whatnot in there, but it's just kind of plain, especially compared to the Hulu app, which is awesome in VR.
Oh, dude, what's it like? You gotta tell me. You give me the descriptive details.
Descriptive details. Yeah, the Hulu app is really cool in VR because when you love the Hulu app, you're like in a virtual house.
A virtual house.
Like watching
PlayStation Home?
Yeah, like PlayStation Home.
Little homage?
Yeah, basically.
Homage?
Yeah, homage. Yeah, sitting there in this house and you're watching Hulu on this big TV in this house, and then like you can adjust the settings too at the top where like you can watch it on a beach, so there's like a big TV screen on a beach, or you can watch it in a movie theater and you're like in a movie theater looking around, you can see the seats and stuff, and then when you actually like click something and it starts playing on Hulu, the lights dim so you can still kind of see the room. And then you load and the big ABC logo comes up and it's like ABC's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Whoa!
Like
you're blowing my mind.
Like I'm watching Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. in a movie theater. Like that's really cool. I wish like this can apply to all the video apps, but no, like if you run like Netflix or Vudu or something, it's just going to be the big screen in darkness. Which, like I said, it's not bad. Like I said, it's not bad. It's still cool, but like the Hulu one just kind of makes me wish that like that was for everything.
Yeah, it's because it was, Hulu took the time to develop it, and Netflix says you have to do something with it.
Yeah, because that's the thing. This Hulu app is already available on Samsung VR or whatever, and that's what they did. They kind of ported that one over to PS4. Mm-hmm. So it wasn't they sat there and said, "Oh, let's develop a whole app for PS4."
Yeah,
that's
really cool though that they did that.
Mm-hmm. And like I said, I don't know if Netflix had a VR app for Galaxy VR, because I know you could play Netflix on the Galaxy VR, but I just don't know if it had its own like special VR app version.
Someone's gonna need to hit us up about that.
So look into that, but that's really cool. Neat.
Yeah.
Yep.
That is so cool, dude. Oh man, just like hearing about those entertainment features, things that are outside of the games, because look, I'm not going to be the naysayer and say that there's no games for it, because there is. Not any of the full substantive things that we already have games. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So that's why people were like super excited for like Resident Evil to come out very soon.
Oh, one thing about Resident Evil, real quick.
Mm-hmm.
So the VR comes with a demo disc, which is really neat because it pretty much most of all the VR launch games are on that demo disc. Most of them, not every single one, but most of them. I was a little disappointed that the Resident Evil 7 demo actually isn't the Resident Evil 7 demo.
Oh,
It's the original kitchen VR experience and not like that E3 demo.
yeah.
Like that's what I thought. I thought it was gonna be like that full-on E3 demo we saw.
Oh, really?
But in VR, it's not that.
No,
it's
I
that,
didn't think it was that.
It's that
dude.
kitchen thing where like you just kind of sit there and experience it.
Yeah.
And I was just like, oh damn it! I thought I was gonna like walk around and stuff.
No, I didn't expect that it was going to be. I don't know where you got that notion.
Well, I don't know. It said Resident Evil 7 VR demo, so I thought it was going to be the E3 demo or whatever.
As cool as that would have been, I'll admit, but I mean,
don't get me wrong though. That kitchen VR is amazing. Like it's intense in VR. Like I was like, oh, this is awesome, but it was so short and there was no actual like gameplay to it. But I really, really, really cool.
Yeah. But yeah, that's unfortunate though. But still, I mean, what you did play of it was at least something.
Yes, so good. What was another thing? Oh, you're talking about like games too that kind of got like updates for VR.
Mm-hmm.
So here's
let's also talk about those. Those are important too because people are already some people that listen to this are already familiar with some of these games.
Mm-hmm. So here's one game I'm surprised is a lot of people aren't talking about. Is Super Stardust Ultra.
Yeah.
So Super Stardust Ultra got an update today to add in VR support, but you got to pay $10 to kind of like get the levels or whatever that go with it.
Yeah.
So that's what I got Super Stardust like a couple months back when it was on sale for like $3 or something.
Yeah.
So I bought the that on today. So here's the thing about the Super Stardust VR. It completely changes the game.
A game changer.
Is literally a game changer in a very literal way. So like you know how Stardust works. Of course everybody knows it's a twin stick shooter. Your little spaceship around a planet. You go around this little circle, sphere, whatever, and shoot at the aliens or whatever. Okay. The VR version though is different. You were in the spaceship in first person. You can look down, see your legs, see your pilot.
See your legs? Ooh.
You see your legs, you see your hands on these like controls. You look left, they got the little blaster on your left. You look right, they got the blaster on your right. It's a whole new perspective of Super Stardust.
It's good that you get to see your legs.
Yeah, you get your little bobblehead on the counter.
What's that bobblehead anyways?
It's from Lemmings, I think.
Oh, that's funny.
Looks like Lemmings, but he has like some kind of helmet on.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're on the planet. You're like on the ground of the planet, the surface. And now your spaceship feels more like a tank because you're on the ground. And and this is kind of the thing about VR where now we have to kind of like rethink how we like play games because the controls are really different because you still use the left stick to move, go forward, back and all that. But the right stick, you have to kind of mentally tell yourself this, but the right stick is not to aim. You have to like break out of that mentality that the right stick is to aim. It's not.
Oh, that's going to be a tricky one.
The right stick is to basically turn left and right, like turn left and right. To aim, you use your head.
Whoa.
You turn, like you look to aim. That's how you aim.
You're the analog stick.
And the analog stick is just movement. Both the left and right stick work together to make movement. But you aim like through your face movement, like you're moving your headset.
Mm-hmm.
So it took me like a minute or two to kind of like get into that mindset, but once I did, it was just so smooth and just like into the gameplay where now I'm just driving around shooting at the enemies because it's the same enemies like you're used to in Super Stardust, but now you see them in first person kind of coming at you.
Yeah.
And you drive, you shoot around, you still collect the power ups like EMP and bomb and all that. And again, it was really cool. And again, this is something I just sat there and played for like an hour straight, and I didn't get any motion sickness or anything. And it's just really cool. because like I
You
said,
got that ability to not get sick.
yeah, I have this weird ability. But like, no, it's cool because it's like a whole new way to play Super Stardust.
Something that definitely completely facelifts. It doesn't just simply just do.
Yeah, this isn't like a quick change. It's a full like new immersive experience. Um, I haven't tried. I haven't tried because I don't have it. Cause I have to buy both the game and the upgrade. But I haven't tried Hustle Kings because they said Hustle Kings is supposed to be like really cool in VR because you're like fully in the bar and like lining up your shots and.
Oh my god! Being in a bar in VR.
Bar VR. No, because they have that other game too called Bar Games VR.
Dude, this is like what I'm imagining, dude. Me and you playing Hustle Kings in VR. Wait, is it online?
I don't know if Hustle Kings have online.
Dude, that'd be sick. Well, I mean, I thought like the original Hustle Kings had online.
Yeah, I know, but I don't know if the VR has online.
Dude, that'd be so cool. Me and you playing some cards in VR.
Oh yeah, that's what we need. That's what we need. We Uno VR.
Then I can literally do the drinking game in VR.
Oh boy. No, I think the only online VR games is like Rigs, which I played the demo of. I don't know. I couldn't get into that, but again, it's kind of that thing where I need to kind of get because the demo for Rigs was surprisingly very short.
Really?
Like literally, you couldn't even finish a whole game. Like it cuts out. Like you couldn't even finish a
Oh,
whole
that's
match.
balls.
Yeah, I know, right?
I guess they really didn't want to get you up on that one game.
Yeah, I couldn't even finish one game of Rigs. And it's weird because like with Rigs, it's another one you have to actually play it for a while because you have to get used to that mindset of, like I said, with Super Stardust, where the right stick is not to aim. And that's how I was playing Rigs. I was playing Rigs thinking the right stick is to aim, but it's not. You know, it's part of movement and your face trackment is the aiming. So again, it's that just kind of like focusing and doing that. But I know that's online. I've only played the demo. And then E-Valkyrie is online. And I played that. I haven't played it online yet, but I did play a lot of that this morning. And E-Valkyrie is really fun too. Although I don't know if it was, I don't know with E-Valkyrie, I think I probably wasn't positioned right because I remember having trouble trying to figure out how the freaking UI works.
Oh,
Like I feel like I had to like bend over and like stare down some items just for it to like register and me to click. But like I said, I don't know. I think for that one I might not. I think I was just not sitting right in front of the camera for that one.
yeah. Maybe you got to reposition that camera.
I think I had to reposition for that one. Because that was the only game where I felt like I had like trouble kind of as far as like me and the camera like kind of like registering a movement.
Mm-hmm.
And that was just in the UI, me trying to figure out the UI. But the game itself is just really fun. I like you know, being in the cockpit shooting down and it's just fun to fly around. I don't know how much I'm going to play because it's kind of online heavy and grinding and microtransactions and just.
Team Valkyrie, is this the one that a lot of people were talking about? Like,
yeah, this was the big like one they were like hyping up for the Oculus launch. And I don't know if anybody's reviewed the PS4 version yet because I remember like when the Oculus version came out, I remember like I think IGN gave it like a 6 out of 10. Like, yeah, it's all right, but it's not what we hyped it up to be.
oh,
And then like I don't know. Well, that's the thing though. The PS4 version is supposed to be like the fully updated version, like because that Oculus version came out like what 6 months ago.
oh wow,
So yeah, so there's been like 6 months worth of updates and content added for the PS4 version.
yeah.
So, but no, Eve's really fun. It's just I can kind of see, like gameplay is fun. It's just everything around it might needed some work. Like I said, the UI was a little weird for me, and then there's just like I said, this one has microtransactions. There's like $100, gold pack you can buy for E-Valkyrie.
Wow, the biggest microtransaction that you can make in a VR headset.
Yeah, buy $100 worth of gold for E-Valkyrie so you can buy some spaceships and parts.
You're
and
like
stuff.
on that headset and you make that transaction purchase. You're like, yeah.
Oh yeah, you just nod your head. Yeah, I want to buy this for $100.
Like, Sony, where's my refund?
Oh boy. So yeah.
Oh shoot.
Oh.
There was a question pertaining to like some of this multimedia stuff that you were talking
Yeah,
about.
what was the question?
From Doing85, he or she asks, is there multimedia apps that are useful for VR?
Useful for VR? Well, like
I guess
I said,
other than Hulu.
yeah, Hulu is great. There is two more. There's some other media apps that are available. I forget what it's called. VR room with video or something like that. There is one media app where it's videos from online, like just videos like they put out like promotional stuff, like those movie ones, those like movie trailers. They put out that are
Yeah.
like VR. I forget what it's, like I said, I forget what the app's called. It's like VR video or something like that. I haven't tried it yet, but I know that's what it does. It loads up like those like movie videos and stuff like that. There's that. There's another one, Within or something like that. No, Within's a game. I don't know. There's this other media app I downloaded too, and it's the same kind of thing where it just provides VR video content. And then there's those interactive movies you can download.
Ooh.
The one that was like, oh, this is a film festival nominee or something, and it's free, and you can download and mess with it. There's this other one that's like not free, it's like $7, and it's like a virtual fortune teller. I'm like, I'm not paying $7 for this.
I ain't paying $7 for this.
No, I can tell my future with this one. No.
Ooh. Okay, a little bit of your jokes aside, here's some news that the PS4 media player version 2.50 is coming soon, which is going to add support for high-res FLAC audio files and user-generated 360 videos, photos viewable in VR.
Yep. So yeah, the update should have been today.
Really? Oh,
yeah,
so it's coming soon. That's
coming right now. With the media player, you can upload your own 360 video and pictures to view and all that. Like you can probably get some online, or if you're like really tech savvy and you have your own 360 camera lying around, you want to go do videos and pictures, you can do that and upload. So there you go. There's more potential content right there. As for his media.
Do you think maybe YouTube will get an update?
I mean, probably. YouTube's been a good sponsor, supporter of PlayStation,
And it does have like quite a few 360-degree videos.
Mm-hmm. So, I see YouTube getting support. It's just one of those things we're going to have to wait for an update. Because, I mean, we already saw, like, it wasn't right away, but, like, YouTube now does the streaming directly to YouTube, directly upload to YouTube with the share. YouTube's getting the 4K app when the Pro comes out. So, we'll probably get it later, the YouTube VR app.
Yeah. What else you got that was on that VR page? There's a lot there, dude. This is probably like the most media drop apps that we've ever got on PS4 since launch. Like ever, dude. No, when you think about it, maybe even more than launch, actually.
Yeah, because that's what we always say. PlayStation isn't going to get all the apps.
Yeah, I mean it's missing some media apps. I mean, I would love an FX app and all that, but
yeah. Well, that was like when I was going through the apps yesterday, like to look through the VR apps. I was seeing like all the other media apps, and there's some on there like I didn't even know PlayStation even had. Like I didn't know.
Oh yeah, dude, there's all sorts of weird shit on there.
Yeah, there's the weird stuff, but then there's like, ABC Access. Like I didn't know they had this on PlayStation.
Yeah, you didn't know ABC Access was on?
No, I didn't know they had ABC Access.
Come on, dude, get on your game.
I ain't paying $6 a month for that.
Oh, come on.
Not even for the new Star Trek series.
I thought that was CBS.
That's what I said.
You said ABC.
Oh, not ABC. Sorry, CBS. That's what I meant. CBS All Access.
Yeah, dude, there's always the CBS All Access app on there.
Yeah, I didn't know it was on PlayStation. Like, I knew the app existed. I just didn't know it existed on PlayStation.
But you gotta get on your game.
Still don't want it.
Oh, me neither, because there's no more Supergirl on there.
Yeah.
I watch that during lunch sometimes at my school. No shame. I'm like on my laptop eating a sandwich. No shame.
Oh, yeah. Like, it's weird. It had a bigger premiere on CW than it did on CBS, so it's like, okay.
Yeah, it's pretty bizarre.
Yeah, it's like,
They knew.
They knew. This is where the show belonged in the first place.
And, dare I say, somehow they got Clark Kent right in those short amount of minutes that they did in that show. Did the past two movies.
Oh, boy.
I'm telling you that right now.
Oh, boy.
So, a little distressing that you have a TV show do better than your movies.
Oh boy. Anyway.
Anyways, the VR.
Yeah,
In
we had
some,
yeah, we
you
had
had a lot of time with this VR headset in just under 24 hours.
just under 24 hours.
Well, now it's been about 24 hours since you gotten it, but wow. Even though these were like short experience that you like taste tested, and some of them you fully ate it. You know? But wow, it's all sounding good and all, but is this something that you see using on a daily basis?
I mean, hopefully, because like I haven't, like I said, cinema mode. I haven't tried it too much. I kind of messed with it.
Playing Rock Band with it.
Yes, I did play Rock Band 4 in cinema mode last night just to try and see. And it does work. Now, I didn't try with like guitar and drums, so I don't know if there's going to be like some lag or input or something. I don't know about all that. But I did play vocals, and funny enough, I was trying to play vocals to see if it worked, and I plugged in the Rock Band 4 mic, and it said, oh, you can't plug in the Rock Band 4 mic, or you can't plug in a microphone with the VR on. So I was like, okay, so I unplugged it, and the VR headset has a mic built into it. So I said, screw it, I'm going to just play with the VR mic, and I'm just sitting there in my room with this headset on my head, just singing out loud with no mic, just the one that's in the VR, and it works. Like the VR mic's good because like it was picking up what I was saying, and it worked. I was like passing the songs, you know.
You were able to read the lyrics, okay? Like
yeah, I was able to read the lyrics. Because like I said, you have the big cinema mode, so it's like a big screen thing, and you're kind of like looking around the screen, looking at the words, and you kind of like more focus on the words than the actual like little line you have to follow. It was fun. It was a great little VR experience with Rock Band 4.
I'm probably gonna go to Best Buy tomorrow now.
Shut up and take my money.
I know. Well, the thing is, I gotta get something excited. I gotta be excited for something for Christmas, and this is definitely a big thing.
Yeah.
My brother's a bit of a naysayer, and he's all like,
Naysayers, the only naysayers are the ones who haven't played it yet. Once you play this thing,
it's cool.
It's going to blow your mind. Well, I know some people are going to point out, but what about the graphics? I'm like, yes, the graphics aren't as good as what you would expect because they do have to downgrade the graphics, you know, for the, you know, processing a 3D effect and all that.
I just think because it's in such a not premature. It's such enough phase one early stages, man. I mean,
it is. But
look at the early stages of games that we got back then.
Yeah, but I mean, this is what we saw even when 3D came out on PS3. Like when you run a game in 3D, the graphics did drop, you know, to match that 3D thing. Because what you're doing is you're basically outputting two images and they kind of mesh together to make a 3D image, and those two images are kind of like lower quality and they kind of come together. Because that's one of the things some people are going to maybe point out when they play something like Until Dawn, or where it's like stuff up close looks good, but like kind of things from far away look a little bit jagged, like on the edges and stuff.
Yeah.
That's kind of how I felt when playing Batman. Like the actual character models looked amazing, you know, because it's that Unreal Engine. But everything kind of did have like a jagged edge look to it because it's that 3D. But it's one of those things where, like, as you're playing it, you're not going to care. You know, like, you're not going to care about the graphics. You're not going to care about, like, oh, some of the textures and all that. Well, you know, because you're just so invested in this world, and you're just so, like, you know, immersed in it. Yeah, you're in it. You're immersed in it, and it's just, like, you don't care. You know, you're just like, who cares? I'm Batman. I'm throwing batarangs, and I have grapple hooks and stuff, you know?
Oh, it's also cool.
Yeah.
New tech. First time in nearly 3 years.
Well,
at least with PlayStation.
Exciting stuff. And please, Sony, for all that is good in the world, don't abandon the VR.
In other words, when this thing doesn't go your way, don't
give up. Don't give up.
Yeah, when this thing, because when things don't go Sony's way, they just turn left.
I'm never gonna let that go. When I was reading that Uncharted Golden Abyss review, I read an Uncharted Golden Abyss review, and they are like one thing in the review they're mentioning was like, man, this game is awesome. Like, it's a full Uncharted experience on Vita. You know, the graphics and the controls and everything. And they're like, can you imagine? This is a launch Vita game. Can you imagine what Vita games are going to be like in like 2 or 3 years? And I'm just like, oh dear.
What Vita games?
Exactly. That's what I'm saying though. Like Uncharted, like the only game like since launch that's kind of like matched that like full like AAA kind of like console quality is Killzone. It's Killzone Mercenary. Like that's the only game that's kind of like matched that. Now I'm not saying quality. There's still plenty of good games for Vita. I just mean like as far as that like AAA quality, you know, like console game, like full console game quality game on your Vita.
Not talking like a 2D indie game
or something like that. Like I said, I'm not saying quality. Like there's plenty of good games for Vita. I just mean like that same console quality kind of game
that they were Vita.
Yeah, and we only got like one since launch, and that was Killzone Mercenary. So like that quote always gets me in that review because we never really got anything that kind of like followed it. You know, that like topped that game. You know, so like
but
I don't.
Thing about PlayStation VR that's so different from all these other things, dude, is because it changes the way that you play. Like handheld games we've had for a while. 3D was one thing. Motion controls was one thing. But even though motion controls is kind of disguising its way back into VR, right?
Same thing with 3D. This is incorporating all their failed ideas into one thing. You know,
that's what they were saying with the Vita too.
Yeah, like this has motion controls and 3D, and it's kind of like mishing all their failed ideas into one like alternate idea that's like this just might work.
It's just because like they were trying to incorporate all these things, but like the technology just wasn't there yet, right?
Yeah.
But it took years and years and years of development, and then we had to wait for the like pioneers of, you know, true gaming virtual reality to set forth. And then, you know, Oculus was really the forefront of that at that time a couple years ago. And then now that both Oculus Rift and the HTC Vive are both out in the public, but PlayStation right now, at least PlayStation, gosh, I almost called it PlayStation View. So many PlayStations. PlayStation VR is like the most. Well, of course, you excluding the smartphone VR headsets and all that, the Google Cardboard and whatnot.
Yeah,
it's the most affordable, high end.
It's the most accessible.
The most accessible one that you can get right now. I mean, all you need is a PlayStation
and a camera,
2 Move controllers, the adequate space, and you're set.
Yeah.
And PlayStation Plus if you want to play with some friends online, and some games.
I mean, yeah, but I mean, same thing. I mean, you say same for Oculus. I mean, like, look, Oculus is $600 plus you need a.
No, building the PC is already like a big major hurdle for many.
Yeah, you need the PC. Like, you need a good PC
to run it.
Same thing with the HTC. It's like $800 to start, and then you need the good PC to run it, and you need a hell of a lot more room space because you need to set up.
You need a room.
You need a whole room. You need to put the sensors up. And then Oculus just announced too, like they're doing their own like, you know, touch controls.
Yeah, they just had the price point for the controllers today, and they're $200.
$200, yeah, just for the controls.
Yeah, but they seem neat.
Oh,
Not gonna lie. They look like, really cool.
Yeah, like individual finger movements. Like, oh shit.
Like they need to. Those controllers better be something.
Yeah.
But they do look like something, and they do look really cool. You better not break them.
Yeah.
But that's not dissing that. I mean, it's probably really cool. I mean, the price has to be there for whatever the technology is going to adequate it for. But my only concern about that, really, aside from the price, is that it's going to split the player base a bit. So it's like, what games would you need it to require it, and what games would just enhance it? Kind of similar to like how PlayStation VR would tell you, like, oh, having 2 Move controllers would enhance it.
Yeah.
But like Until Dawn, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like you can play Until Dawn with the DualShock 4, but it's not the same kind of experience.
Yeah.
Because like when you play with the DualShock 4, like because you get 2 guns, and when you play the DualShock 4, they're locked together to where you're basically just shooting your 2 guns at the same target every time. You know. But when you play with the Move controls, you have free movement of each individual gun, so you can like shoot in 2 different directions.
That's cool.
When you have the 2 controls, but when you just have the DualShock 4, you can only shoot in one direction.
Now, there's one scene in Until Dawn Rush of Blood that I think is going to cause some controversy.
Which one?
with the PETA,
What?
the PET.
Oh, PETA, yeah, the animal people. Yeah, that is some intense shit. Like, I got to that level. That's like the second level of the game. Yeah, that is some intense shit. And I'm not even like, I'm not a PETA person, or, to any degree, but that was still some intense shit.
I watched it, dude.
Yeah,
I mean,
hey, get if you have any vegan friends out there, get them to play that and see if they freak
oh
out.
my god, dude, that would trigger them times 1,000.
Same thing with the shark thing. If you have a friend who's just like it's like a vegan or like super into PETA, yeah, make them play that until dawn level and just have them just freak the hell out.
Dude, like it's infectious just hearing like all this shit. No, good shit. And like I'm gonna go to a freaking Best Buy tomorrow. Like no more. Like it's time. Like, or maybe like having that really cool experience for Christmas. Like I do want to feel like a kid again and like have that gift for Christmas and get it for the first time.
Oh, you're gonna be like the N64 kid opening it on Christmas, like get out of VR.
Yeah, like maybe I might just hold off till then. Because, or else you're going to be hearing a lot from me for the next month of like, oh yeah, that's really cool. But
Yeah, because
we're on the initiative right now. We are looking for people. I mean, it shouldn't be that desperate for a look because according to my friends list, there's a lot of people who are playing PlayStation VR. So
I've only had one person. My friends play VR today.
I don't know. Well. Let me kind of get an updated look. It's going to take like real quick. I don't know. A lot of people are online tonight, at least on my list. A lot more than usual. I've been checking my friends list a hell of a lot more often. A lot of people playing Mafia 3.
Yeah, I've had a lot of people play Mafia 3 in my friends list.
Which I think we're going to talk about that later. Yeah, preferably when Emmett's on. Because he's played it.
Yeah, Emmett's been playing it a lot. So.
Oh, shit. So, what was I going to say? Yeah, let's see. Well, it's a little difficult to tell. Someone's playing Job Simulator. This person's playing Destiny, but I think that person was playing something else earlier. Maybe playing Destiny in theater mode. Star Wars Battlefront shit isn't out yet, right?
I don't think so, because I tried looking for it. Like, I updated my Star Wars Battlefront file, and it didn't say anything about VR support, and I looked at, like, add-ons, like, in the store to see if they had it, and I don't see it. Which is really weird, because, like, they've been showing the commercial for it on TV, like, with the VR, like, Star Wars Battlefront VR, like, in the commercials.
Yeah.
But yet, it's not available. Like, it's not available today. Day one. Which is weird. Unless they're really waiting for that Rogue One push,
Yeah, they must be. Yeah, out of my 49 friends, I do have an impressive 6 players.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. And hell yeah, a lot of people are freaking online tonight. Yeah, it's just that kind of night.
Yep.
People have fall break or out of work or school, and yeah, time to play some games. The holiday season is here. Like the fall season is here. This is basically the start. And then Tomb Raider came out,
which also has VR support.
But I don't know. Just the fact that you got a big headset, I don't know if you're gonna get Tomb Raider yet.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to wait on that.
I might wait for a price drop on Tomb Raider. $40. Yeah.
And I'm conflicted about that picture you sent me today.
You saw that?
Yeah, the packaging for it.
Yeah. What about it? What's wrong? What's wrong?
So here's the thing. As amazing as that is, like I love the fact that it comes in a PS1 case.
Yeah.
Like don't get me wrong, that's amazing. But PS1 game cases are shit. They break so easy.
Oh, dude, no, you gotta look closer at it. It's like a more like it's not like it's not the CD gel case. It's like a kind of plastic. It's a different kind of thing. It just emulates it. It's not emulates. What am I saying? It kind of it's like a carbon copy of it. It's not like to the T.
Okay, so it's not an exact PS1 case.
No.
So okay, fine. So there's that. But also now I don't have a real case for it to go on my shelf. You know how I am about real cases.
No, but wait. Wait a minute. I think that thing was just sent to the press.
Are you sure? Because after I saw that picture, I started kind of thinking about it because I did when I was at the midnight launch. I picked up the Tomb Raider thing. Like I picked it up, it was on display at Best Buy, and I felt the case. It felt really weird because I know it comes with that like art book, but like I didn't. Looking back, like I don't feel like the actual like game case in it.
Year. I mean, 20-year celebration. PS4 unboxing. I'm looking up a video.
Mhm.
Speechless unboxing. Oh, what are you so speechless about, person? I'm looking at the very first. What the hell? Why? I have YouTube Red. I don't know why it's not registering. I mean, this unboxing video better be it. The art book is the box for the game. WTF?
No, well, there you go. There you go. There. Either way, there's still no real case.
Yeah, hang on. Yeah, dude, I think that gel case thing was just sent to the press, dude. I don't think that's like. I mean, but it is cool. Did you like it?
Oh yeah, that was neat. Like I said, it's just I felt conflicted because I thought like, wait, is that really what it comes in? And then if that's the case, then there is no case.
Yeah, there's like a little. Yeah, the art book is the case.
That's
That's
weird.
weird. What? What are they thinking?
I don't know.
It's like
That's-
a little like. It's like a little book. It like looks like Uncharted.
Mm. Oh, but speaking of games and cases, so here's the thing about VR too that kind of made me rethink things a bit.
What else did you rethink?
So I got me a couple of VR games, right? Um, I'm thinking at least for VR games, I maybe should just start going digital and not
Yeah.
disc based. Because the problem with VR is like I'm sitting there in my bed and I got the thing on my head and I'm sitting there playing a game for a little while and I think to myself, oh, I want to play a new game. I have to stop, put down my controls, take off the headset, put it off to the side so I don't drop it, go over, switch out the disc, sit back down, readjust the headset, load back into VR, and then run the game. So like it's an extra process because you have to take off the headset and kind of like readjust, you know, to where if it was digital, I can just swap between the games, you know.
Yeah. I don't like that.
But yeah, let's see, where are we at? 1 hour and 17 minutes.
Ooh.
Already. Well, you have any last minute questions for me for VR?
No VR ones.
No VR ones? Yeah, like I said, that's what I always probably figured this episode was going to be, was basically focusing primarily on VR and what it is. But don't worry, VR is still a very big important thing. So if you do have any VR questions you're listening in and like I didn't answer some question you have about VR, send it in. We'll answer it next week or whenever.
Or someone that has maybe played some of the games that you haven't gotten to yet.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm. So
maybe delve into those.
Mm-hmm. Play some more and all that. But yeah, if you have any VR questions, yeah, send it to us. We'll answer them. Even next week and weeks afterwards, because I know it's going to be a big thing throughout the rest of the season. Like, should I or should I not get the VR?
Should I not? That is the question.
Not the quote, but that is a question.
Not the quote. That is a question.
Yep.
Yeah, we just have like a question about Mafia 3, but like, no.
Well, yeah, because we haven't played it. I haven't played it. You haven't played it. Emma's played it, so maybe we can get him on talk about it.
Yeah, I'm a little curious about that. How that one's turning out. It's a bit of a laughing stock right now on the internet, but we'll see.
I mean, every review I saw was like a 7 out of 10, which is fine.
Like it's a mid tier. It's just, we'll see. I mean,
yeah. But yeah, like I say, if you have any VR questions, send it to us. Plenty of ways. You can Twitter at PSBS Podcast. You can message us directly on PlayStation.
Yeah, that's my favorite one.
That's the favorite one. Bayou Boys or Double Is. You can comment on the YouTube video or channel or message on YouTube. We have the Facebook fan page you can go check out. You can like it, comment.
Not that I hate it, but sometimes when that PlayStation message notification goes off, I'm like, ugh.
For what?
Like whenever I get messages from people sending in questions.
Oh, on PlayStation?
Yeah, on PlayStation.
Oh, the app alerts.
Yeah, I'm like, ugh.
Oh yeah, I turned mine like they're on, but like I turned them to silent because like it's really loud, and sometimes I get some like at 3 a.m, and I'm like,
oh, at 3 a.m.
3 a.m. 3 a.m. It's like, yeah, I don't like getting alerts and notifications at 3 a.m. But yeah, but like I said, you can still send us questions, emails, and all that. My notifications are silent, so if you want to send them at 3 a.m, it's whatever. It's not gonna wake me up.
Will wake me up.
But yeah, there's all those different ways and all that. And of course, yeah, I'm gonna do some stuff with the iTunes. You can't message us on iTunes, but you can still check us out on iTunes.
Oh yeah.
Brought to you by Dayspace, who also bring you
Yes.
Living Room Clutter and Character Crunch. Because guess what? Rock Band Rivals comes out next week.
Ooh, big day for them.
Yes,
well, they already did their little pre-hype show.
Yes, pre-hype show. Did they have it yet?
Mm,
Didn't they get early access to it?
that's right. Oh
So-
shit. I mean, it's been a hectic week, so like I haven't been like on top of
Yeah.
my sub box as much as I was able to. So, shit. I should know this, but
Well, either way, either this week's episode or next week's episode, they'll definitely be going in depth over Rock Band Rivals. And
yeah, we will not be going in depth on it. What we will be doing though is forming our own rivals band.
Yes,
Doing all that. It will be the featured game on our communities. So even though I'm only going to be able to be on the game for a day, but I'll be playing a shit ton of songs on that day.
I'll be contributing to the vocals.
You'll be contributing vocals.
With my VR headset.
On your VR headset.
With my VR headset, I'll be playing cinema mode. I'll be doing that, getting the vocal score up or whatever.
Yeah. So I'm going to be basically playing that a shit ton come Monday at midnight. So, God, I hope like everything is in line for like that day. Like I hope the add-on is there, and then like the firmware, whatever game update needs to be out. We'll see.
Yeah.
But I'm excited. I mean, yeah, it's been a while since I've like actually gone into something for a while, so it's nice to get back into Rock Band. And it seems like Harmonix is really righting all the wrongs that they had from last year, and almost all the song entitlements are here. And it seems like your little thing with the songs that you bought in the past but are no longer available, your theory on that might be true.
What, they're coming back?
That like certain ones that you bought might be supposed to be coming back, but
well, that's what they said. They're that's one of the things they're going to be working on. Whether they've started working on that's to be seen, but they said they will.
Yeah,
look into that or try to get that done. Whatever.
But we're already about a year from release from the game, so we still don't have all of our entitlements.
Yeah, entitlements.
The entitled gamer. Listen to that episode. It's a great one where I kind of just joke about getting all my entitlements because I'm an entitled son of a gun.
Yeah.
I want my Witcher 3 for PlayStation Plus. Damn it. Wait, what's for this month? How about half the VR library?
Oh yeah. I want you to mail me a VR headset because I'm a Plus subscriber.
I pay $60 for this.
You send me one in the mail, you know. I deserve this.
You deserve it.
Or they just mail everyone a camera at least.
Oh.
Be neat.
Trying to think if there's any other tidbits for the week, at least PlayStation related. This is so great because we get so much PlayStation stuff. It's really not. There wasn't too much going on in other video game realm.
The realm of video games. I mean, yeah, that was just the big thing this week is VR. It's a hardware launch, new games,
Oh yeah, and you could talk about it next week, and then hopefully I'm going to find like this fall break that I'm at. I'm going to basically desperately find someone that is willing to talk about VR with us. Yeah. So then it can be a two-way conversation. But but then again, not everyone's like me and maybe doesn't have that VR headset, so it's nice to get that perspective. But now that we'll be at the point where it'll be nice to have at least two people that have the VR headset. Yeah. So we want the bases covered on the PSBS. That's what I'm going to be trying really, really hard to look for tomorrow. And then the days to follow from fall break right now. So it's going to add some spice and flavor to the show. Having different people on, and I'm really excited for it. So yeah, it's been awesome being here. No, it's like I'm leaving.
I think you do that like every so many episodes. You kind of do this big speech, like you sound like you're leaving the podcast.
But no, it's just it's kind of doing some plans for later. Like I really, truly do mean that we need to find someone because this is a hardware launch. This is big. This is the equivalent of like getting like a PlayStation 5 and me not having it. So,
Yeah.
I am going to find someone.
I will find him.
So we shall see.
We shall see.
But
yeah, at the hour 25-minute mark, it's time to wrap this up. So, anyway, this has been the PSBS PlayStation Podcast, episode 78. I'm your host, Coach T. Piss and Body Boys. My coach here is
Injurinus double is everybody just be safe. Even though I'm a bit of a hypocrite, be safe. Don't do anything that you regret doing. Do well in school. Try and do your best. Just be safe and be nice to people. All right, be nice.
Yeah.
And on the internet, talk to other people like how you would want to talk to them in real life. Okay, and if someone ever tries to get something out of you, don't feel like you have to do what they say. You don't owe anybody anything.
You don't owe them anything.
You don't owe them anything. If someone wants to tell you, oh, you need to speak your mind about certain topics of things that you wouldn't be comfortable talking about. Well, don't listen to him or her. Say what you want to say. Don't be bound by certain people.
Or not say.
Exactly. Be comfortable with only what you feel comfortable talking about. And if you feel comfortable with that, do it.
Okay.
That's all I have for this week.
This episode has been brought to you by the letter.
By who?
This episode has been brought to you by the letter L or something. I don't know. However Sesame Street does it.
Hurry, I die.
Yeah. Anyway, thanks for listening. Like I said, thanks for listening. Go this weekend, go play some VR if you have it. Try out the cinema mode, send us questions and all that.
Listen while you play VR.
Huh?
You can listen to this podcast while you play VR.
Yeah, you could. You can load up YouTube and cinema mode and play it, or listen to us on iTunes and all that good stuff. But
do whatever you want.
But yeah, anyway, thanks for listening, and hopefully we'll see you guys next week. And click.